Hello, people of YouTube. It's Deepak here, and welcome to the DCS news for the 20th of December 2025. I hope you all enjoyed that, my most recent video all about the F4E Phantom 2 and demonstrating the ACM air-to-air modes of the radar. I hope that all made perfect sense. It's a little bit kind of different and strange when compared with modern aircraft, but it's not that complex, luckily. It's not too bad. Welcome to the stream, Tea Kettle Barbecue, Mark Potter, Frantic Stone, Woot, Sim Taylor, stoked for the A6 if the AI is almost here. The FF isn't far behind. I like that optimism. I feel like Heatblur have quite a lot to do these days, so it might be a while yet. Eagle Wings, good evening. Pink Floyd, hello, hello. Jeff Meisman, Sim Taylor, I'm on day 20 of the 5-day job from hell. James Fenton, hello. Mad Dog Max, Darth Pirate 7, B. Denson. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the DCS news. We actually have a couple of items here and there this week to take a look at, which is nice. There is actual news. But as always, we'll start with the Eagle Dynamics newsletter. So, dear fighter pilots, partners, and friends, the DCS Winter Sale 2025 has arrived, and we're celebrating the end of the year with wide-ranging discounts across a large selection of aircraft, terrains, and campaigns. This is your chance to pick up popular modules, explore new combat aviation eras, and join the vibrant DCS online community in the cockpit of a new aircraft. Shop now. And as the year comes to a close, we are thrilled to share a message from our partners Avia Storm on their upcoming DCS Tornado. Please see the details below. It is, in fact, a tornado. And I wonder, is Frantic still in the chat? As always, I am monitoring chat, so if you want to ask questions, have a little shout out or whatever, post something in there. Also, do remember to subscribe, like, and comment. It's a really big help to me and to the channel. You also have the option of joining Deepak's ground crew by clicking that join button below for a small monthly fee. I'll give a big shout out to the ground crew a little bit later on and tell you more about that. So yes, winter sale, up to 50% savings. I won't go through all of the modules that are in the sale, but it is a fair few of them. The DCS Winter Sale 2025 is in full swing, and we encourage you to pick up some brilliant deals before the 12th of January 2026 at 1500 GMT for the eShop, and the Steam Edition sale will end on the 5th of January at 1800 GMT. Eagle Wings, nice to hear about announcement of Tornado, but Heatblur is ignoring the big elephant in the room, Eurofighter. Well, I doubt they're ignoring it. Perhaps, who knows, we'll see something of that when it comes to the 2026 and beyond video. Here's hoping. Sim Taylor, Tornado is cool, but A6, A6, A6. Well, have no fear, we will be covering that shortly. And Pink Floyd, Tornado is just an F111 that never got back on the horse. Indeed, something like that. So yes, the main thing being the winter sale, and for the first time ever, we actually have the Kiowa Warrior in the sale, which is kind of exciting. Although, of course, given the uncertainty around Polychop right now, it might be best to exercise caution. However, I can say it's an excellent module, and it runs great. So, if you want to give it a go ahead, but just be aware that there is some controversy around Polychop at the present moment. Sim Taylor, you're what? Funny way to spell A6. Oh well, just for Sim Taylor, we'll grab a little peek at this, which is the release trailer for the A6 AI. Now, the fact that this is a release trailer makes me wonder if we're not getting this in the next update. That would, of course, be amazing if that is the case. Very nicely modeled, and of course we're sitting aboard the supercarrier here, where we can see the airboss station. It would seem that it's compatible with the ground crew, which is very, very nice, or the deck crew, in actual fact. But looking very cool indeed. Definitely a bit of old school cool going on here. I hope they don't come out at the same time. I think that's highly unlikely. I think we're getting the A6 basically now. I would assume it's in the next update. Yeah. Yeah, the full fidelity version will be very nice. I would expect to see that after the F4 is complete and after the early access release of the Eurofighter. So this is probably a good few years out, I would expect. Getting the full fidelity version, that is. But it is great to see the AI model in the game at last. This is definitely a module that I'll be making use of in my mission making. Yep, coming downtown December 2025. There you go. Very nice indeed. So we have that coming. That's all very exciting indeed. Very, very exciting. Daniel Lauk, hello and welcome. Yeah. So this is very cool. So let's also take a quick look at the DCS Winter Sale video. Eagle Dynamics is always making really, really nice trailers and videos for their various sales and modules. This is, some fantastic content here. Whoever's making this stuff is very good indeed. Always a very enjoyable experience watching this stuff. And we get a little bit of a funny thing at the end. So, watch to the end to see it all. And yeah, unfortunately, I'm doing this without audio because there is copyright music in this video. Oh, flying over the pyramids. Very nice, very nice. Some MiG-29 action. Oh yeah, and even the A6. And we get to see a little bit of the pilot model for the A10. That's great. And the Kiowa. And the C-130 doing its flares trick, which is very cool. There was a nice skin on that Sabre as well. That was cool. So yeah, you might think the video is over at this point, but it's not. We get an additional little segment here, and just look in that visor reflection there. It's pretty good. Thank you for your passion and support. Happy holidays, Eagle Dynamics. So there you go. And that's why I can't play the audio. There is, unfortunately, copyright music. So we have to make do with just watching it. Fantastic. Go Geo, A6 is just AI, not flyable, right? Yeah, that is correct. This release is entirely an AI version. Heatblur are going to be making a full fidelity one later, but it's going to be much, much later. Sim Taylor, from what I've read about the A6 at Heatblur's Discord, A6 might be coming sooner than thought. According to them, they've been working on it for over a year now. Okay. I'd be surprised to see it before some of the updates to the F4 and the Eurofighter, but I'm ready to be wrong. And I would absolutely be very, very happy to fly an A6. It is that era, that kind of fun era of kind of Cold War aircraft, but somewhat upgraded with kind of interesting systems. To be fair, I'm the most excited about the F-14BU and the Mirage F1M. Both of them are just like, for me, really, really perfect. They absolutely scratch that kind of low-tech, high-tech combination itch that I have. Obviously, like a later variant of the Jaguar would be amazing, or even one of the highly upgraded Jaguars that the Indian Air Force has would be just incredible. But I don't think we're getting that anytime soon, sadly. Signor Yeti, what hi chaps? I'm back, having been AWOL for a few weeks. Welcome back. Welcome to the stream. Sim Taylor, I'd say something next year would be my guess. Okay. That's interesting. That's sooner than I would have thought, but your guess is as good as mine. I have no idea. Welcome, Yeti. Welcome. So, yeah, that's the Winter Sale. We've got a bunch of modules here. We've got fixed wing, aircraft, terrains, other stuff, campaigns, all of these sitting at 50% discount, which is very exciting indeed. Then a few at 40, some at 30, some at 25. The Kiowa Warrior notably being at 25% discount. What else have we got here? Yeah, modules not discounted. C-130, of course, it's only just been released. Flaming Cliffs 2024, the MiG-29, the Mirage F1, the CH-47F, and then a bunch of the maps as well, not in the sale. And the NS-430 for MiG-29 is also not in the sale. So there you go. Bunch of stuff in the sale, but also a bunch of stuff not in the sale. Sim Taylor, I think it's been in the works longer than they've been letting on. That's entirely possible. And then the other exciting bit of news that we got this week, the Tornado development progress. As the year is coming to a close, and most of you are likely waiting for news about the Tornado development, we at Aviastorm are proud to announce that the DCS Tornado module will be powered by Heatblur Simulations' proprietary Anvil technology. This includes the component-based simulation framework that powers Heatblur's F4E Phantom 2 and their upcoming modules for DCS World, as well as the Jester 2.0 Wizzo AI. Heatblur's long years of outstanding experience in developing modules for DCS and their track record for innovation within the flight sim world made this partnership a perfect match for our development team and project. Not only will it allow us to provide a module of the highest quality and standards that we think you all deserve, but it will also enable those of you who have flown the F4E to step into DCS Tornado and be greeted with familiar elements that you've come to know and love while still keeping the project in Aviastorm's hands. Crucially, the support from Heatblur and the use of their Anvil technology will allow us to significantly advance the development schedule for the Tornado, as we of course wish nothing more than to have you all experience it as soon as possible. We are thrilled that we are finally able to share this incredible news with you. We look forward to keeping you all updated as we forge ahead on this exciting partnership with one of the premier developers in DCS. Fantastic. Well, there you go. It's slowly, bit by bit, it's becoming Heatblur World instead of DCS World. Hello, Irish Pat 64. Welcome. Sim Taylor, stoked for the Tornado 2. That and the Eurofighter are my next big three. Honestly, I've got only 137 years worth of learning to do. Yeah, well, absolutely. I'm also very, very excited for the Tornado. I will very much be flying that bad boy once it's available. It's also that kind of era where it has really quite advanced systems, but it's not nearly as advanced as something like the F-16, F-18, even the Harrier, the version that we've got just now. Sim Taylor, Razbam who? Yeah, sadly, no more Razbam, not in DCS World anyway. Although it sounds like they're going to be coming to Falcon 5 at some stage, whenever that comes out. Marvellous, absolutely marvellous. So, what else? What other exciting stuff do we have to look forward to? Well, as always, the community steps up and delivers. I've got a couple of exciting things from the community here. This comes via Ventores and his SU-22M4 mod. This is a video that was posted, I think, just yesterday, where he demonstrates the ECM and the ELINT pod that he's modelled now for the SU-22M4. This is really, really shaping up. It's not public yet, of course. There's been no actual public release. But once we get a chance and we can get our hands on this, I will, of course, be creating some videos about this one because it's very, very exciting. Very cool aircraft, actually. The SU-22 is very interesting. I don't know if this particular version is still used by the Russian Air Force, but I believe this was flown quite recently, if it's not still in active service. I think these were being used in Syria, at least, if I recall correctly. Very, very cool aircraft. Very nice. Sim Taylor, does this mod require any other aircraft to be installed to borrow parts from? I'm quite certain that it borrows parts from the SU-25. So, I think the Schval TV site comes from the SU-25. So I would imagine that you have to have Flaming Cliffs. Beyond that, I don't think so. Yeah, I agree, Mr. Yeti. This does, it looks almost like a full fidelity module. You've got a mostly clickable cockpit here. You've got a lot of system simulation going on. It supports a few different configurations of the aircraft. You note here that we don't have the TV display. We instead have the ELINT module installed in the cockpit. And apparently, depending upon what pods you install in the aircraft, it reconfigures the cockpit. Because I believe in the real world, there are different versions of the cockpit for this aircraft used for different mission types. But in the game, it's kind of dynamic. Whatever your loadout is dictates what equipment is present in the cockpit. Pink Floyd, the MiG-21 wasn't on sale. I wonder if that means a big update is coming. I wonder. The MiG-21 is still a really good module. I have a playlist all about how to operate it, which is still accurate. It's still up to date. So go and check that out on my channel if you want to learn how to fly the 21. Sim Taylor, the pre-installed Su-25 won't work? ? Intriguing aircraft to be sure. I think the Su-25 that you get is the A model, not the T model, which has the TV sight. So no, I think you need the Su-25T from Flaming Cliffs. I think there's quite an extreme amount of jiggle in the cockpit when it comes to that gun camera and the kind of upper part of the front cockpit. It's nice to see. Actually, keep your eyes peeled for the ground run here during takeoff. There is a lot of cockpit jiggle that occurs during the run down the runway for takeoff. Yeah, really excellent looking exterior model here. Very, very cool to see the swing wings modeled. It's a very, very cool mod. I cannot wait to give this one a go. I need to get back into the community mods again. I need to fly some A4 and give this a go once it's available. We can even see the mirrors are actually jiggling as well. That's very cool. Colin Kelly, welcome. Look at the wobble. Oh yeah. The antenna on the front is the pitot, actually. In this aircraft, much like in the MiG-21, the pitot is way out front on this kind of spear. So, yeah. Very nice to see. So, at this point, I'm going to jump it forwards a bit. We're going to get a bit further into the action, and we'll see the E-lint pod doing its thing. I actually don't fully understand the output of it. This is the output of the E-lint pod here, the Wayuga E-lint pod. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but of course we've got the usual SPO RWR down here, but this is also providing RWR style indications as well. And I don't know if it can feed information to the anti-radiation missiles. This loadout here, he's got 2 anti-radiation missiles. I think those are R60s on the pylons as well for self-defense, and it looks like a rocket pod also. But yeah, I don't fully understand this symbology on the E-lint pod, but I think it's kind of interpreting the positions of radar emitters, which is nice. This thing is kind of bristling with flare buckets and chaff buckets as well, kind of down the fuselage, which is cool. So yeah, this is Ventora's Su-22 M4 mod, and this is his most recent video on the YouTube channel. I very much recommend that you go and check out this channel because he's got a bunch of really cool content. He's been in chat in the past actually and answered questions that people had about how this module works. Sim Taylor, I heard on the original non-swing wing version of this aircraft, you needed a runway longer than Interstate 70 to get it airborne. The swing was an attempt to shorten its takeoff landing run. I'm not surprised if that's the case. So he's been launched on, and he's firing off an anti-radiation missile there. There's a bunch of symbology coming up on that E-lint display. Again, I don't fully understand what it means, but it seems to be indicating the bearing to the emitter and the fact that it has launched on him. Also, you'll note, you can't hear it because I don't have the audio turned on, but the SPO indications are deadened when the sight is in the blind spot. So when he rolls over there, you lose all of the RWR indications, and it's only when he rolls back out again that it starts bleeping and beeping and flashing again. So nice to see that it's the RWR is modeled to that degree. I guess it's just the RWR from the Su-25, but so I guess technically it's ED's modeling here, but it is quite nicely done. Eagle Wings, unbelievable what the communities in DCS are churning out. This mod is looking amazing. I agree. I very much agree. Sim Taylor, from what I read, they weren't stellar performers, but solid ground attack machines. Well, this tends to be the case. You look at things like the Su-25, the Harrier, the Jaguar. They all have this similar problem where they're not very fast, but they can carry a bunch of ordnance and transport it to the target area. And at the end of the day, from a ground pounder, that's really all you need. This thing is obviously significantly faster than something like an A10 or an Su-25 or even a Harrier. So this is probably this is probably more capable than many of those machines. But, similar limitations. And there we go. He comes back in again to hit that second radar. Interesting to see him go supersonic there. With the wings fully extended, or were they at 45 degrees? It looks like they're fully extended. So you can go supersonic with the wings fully out. I didn't realize that was the case. This aircraft, of course, doesn't have any automatic sweep. The wings are completely manual, so you need to decide what flight regime you're in and put the switch in the correct position, which is kind of interesting because all the other aircraft we have are automatic. I think the early version of the Tornado we're getting, it's the early Luftwaffe version, and it also has manual wing sweep, I think. So you're going to have to keep your eyes on that. Unlike in the F-14, where unless you pop it into manual mode, the computer is actually controlling it all. Nice. Anyway, that's the latest video from Ventores, all about his Su-22. Very, very cool. I recommend you take a peek at this, and we wait with bated breath to see when this actually comes out. Very, very nice. Now, that's not the only community mod video I have for you fine people this week. We are also have this nice one from, I think it's Command T, and it's about the MiG-29UB. Now, this is the two-seater version of the MiG-29. This is also a community mod. It's not a total full fidelity mod. It's, I believe, based on the MiG-29 from Flaming Cliffs, not on the full fidelity MiG-29. So you're not getting quite as nicely modelled a version of the 29, but it is very, very cool. And as you can see, we've got the periscope for the back seater, which is very, very nice to see. Although, of course, this version of the MiG-29 doesn't have a radar. For the two-seater, they actually deleted it. Yeah, let me double check. This is, Command T. This is Command T giving us a quick review of the dual-seat Fulcrum for multi-crew. And here we go. We can even see the back seat cockpit here as well. Okay, Kontiuka, welcome. Sim Taylor, ED needs to run a contest every year and integrate the top 3 mods for the year: 3 air, 3 ground, 3 sea. Well, we should ask them if that would be a possibility. They have, of course, in the past integrated community content, although so far it's only been statics mostly. Although actually some of the current Hill stuff were active as well. So we've seen them do that kind of thing. We haven't seen them do anything like this or like the Su-22. Let me jump this one forwards a little bit so that we can see it taxiing around. And in actual fact, during the taxi, we even see the periscope. That's the reflector down, so that the back seater can see where they're going. He's actually taxiing it from the back seat here, which is kind of cool. A very interesting kind of low-tech approach to this as well. Just having a mirror a set of mirrors that flips down for the back seater. And I guess the back seater would generally be the instructor. So, around he comes. And I guess he's going to do the takeoff from the back seat here, which will be very interesting. This is another mod that I need to take a bit of a peek at. I do like the MiG-29 quite a bit. It's a really, really cool aircraft. I've been having a lot of fun with the full fidelity version. I've not actually flown the Flaming Cliffs version for quite some time. But this one, of course, is a somewhat upgraded version of the Flaming Cliffs aircraft. I don't know if it has a fully clickable cockpit, though. I suspect that it... Well, actually, no. It's at least partially clickable, because I saw earlier in the video he was actually clicking some of the buttons in the rear cockpit where you can simulate failures and such. Interesting story. Greetings. Yeah, Tornado update. Of course, the DCS News peeps are hyped for that. Sim Taylor, I wish they would do that. The only mod my squadron allows is the A4, and only on a very limited basis. The A4 is great. Like, the A4 is basically a full fidelity module, I would say. It's so good. Okay, here we go. We're up, and away from the back seat. Gears up, and you can see the louvres jiggling. That's nice to see. Yeah, this is quite nicely modelled. I like this. Very strange seeing this from the back cockpit as well. Reminds me of flying the F-15E from the back seat, which is a very strange experience. And a good way to scare your front seater. So, quick reminder, if you haven't already, please remember to subscribe, like, and comment. It's a really big help to me and the channel. The subscriber numbers are doing very, very well indeed. And you also have the option of joining Deepak's ground crew for a small monthly fee, about the cost of a cup of coffee per month. You can do that by clicking the join button below. That gives you access to our top secret Discord, and also the opportunity to communicate directly with myself and the other ground crew members. And we also do a flight once a month together, which is always a good laugh. I also note that we have some kind of a plushie in the rear cockpit here as well, which sadly doesn't fall. I guess it's been Velcroed. Oh my! Frantic Stones, thank you very much indeed for the donation. Happy holidays indeed. I salute you, sir. That's way more than a cup of coffee. That's multiple cups of coffee. Thank you very much. Yeah, Sim Taylor, look at the Pokemon on the dash. It's cool. This looks like the Marianas map that he's flying over here, flying from the back seat even. Frantic, I don't know if you were here earlier, but we've already talked about the Tornado. There is some exciting Tornado news, and it seems like we're going to be getting it sooner than we expected. And given the involvement of Heat Blur and their Anvil system, it's going to be even better simulated than we would have perhaps first thought. So very, very cool to see. Nice to get some update news from Aviastorm. Really liking the way those louvres are clattering in these high angle of attack maneuvers. Very nice. Channel right, hey, hey. So I wonder, what else is he going to show us? I'm going to jump forwards a little bit here. Does a landing from the back seat as well. Totally crazy. Makes his way all the way back to that parking space there. All from the back seat. Very nice indeed. Frantic Stone, I wasn't, but that's really good news. Day 1 Tornado. John Bloor, the panel with the yellow push buttons allows the instructor to simulate failures for the front seat. He can also deploy a hood over the front seater so they have to fly instruments. Yes, he demonstrates that earlier in the video, actually. He puts the hood down for the front seater. Now, this is multi-crew capable, so you could actually do some flight instruction with this aircraft, and you could pull the hood down for the front seater. One of the other trainers actually has that capability as well. Is it the C101? Or is it the L39, or is it both even? That has the hood implemented as well. I can't quite remember. Commander Hen Party, welcome to the stream. Good to have you aboard. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, single piece, long canopy, kind of like the F-14 there. It's cool to see this point of view. So there we go. An absolutely fantastic looking community module. This was a video by Commander T. Go and check out his channel on YouTube if you want to see the full thing. But very, very nice MiG-29 UB. I like the way those pilot heads are kind of synchronized there. I'm guessing if you're actually in multi-crew, they won't be. So, yeah, I'll need to give this one a try. If I do, I'll make a short video for the channel so you can all get a peek at it. So, there you go. That's a little bit from Command T. I kept calling him Commander T, but that's actually not his name. Nice, nice, nice. So that's basically the news that we have for this week. We had a bunch of news. We had the DCS Winter Sale. We had the update on the Tornado. We had a little sneak peek at the Issue-22 M4 community mod and a look at the MiG-29 UB community mod. So I will take this opportunity, as I often do, to pimp the VAF. Oh, for some reason my video didn't start. That's very interesting. My video is not starting. There we go. The VAF, or the Virtual Air Force, is a virtual online squadron originally started by myself and Dot Chuckles many moons ago. We're generally flying on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays at around about 8 p.m. UK time, and we're always looking for more pilots. We currently have squadrons flying the Harrier, the F-16, and the F-18. Everyone is welcome to join, whether they fly with us or not. You'll find a Discord link in the show notes below. And we're also always looking for ATC, mission makers, scripters, livery makers, and all kinds of people to join us. So that's the VAF or the Virtual Air Force. Go and check them out. Link in the show notes below. Oh my! Just as I was about to show Deepak's ground crew, this is the list of current ground crew members. A big shout out to all of you, and thank you very, very much for your support. Tea Kettle Barbecue, thank you ever so much. Once again, gifts 10 memberships. Thank you so much. Irish Pat, John, you are missed, sir. Yes, I absolutely agree, John. It's always nice to have you aboard. 10 memberships. Thank you very, very much. Sim Taylor, also, speaking of which, how is the Chuckler? Is he doing okay? Chuck is doing great. He's absolutely fine. We're in regular contact. He's too busy these days, sadly. The man has work and all kinds of other commitments. But I'm sure we'll manage to bribe him on board one of these evenings, perhaps with some whiskey. Yeah, be nice to have him aboard. Irish Pat 64, very cool, TKB. Thank you very much indeed. Tea Kettle Barbecue, thank you ever so much. That is extremely kind. Thank you for your support. So on the screen just now are all of the current Deepak's ground crew members, except the ones that just joined now. You gain access to a Discord server. Go and check out my YouTube posts. I have a membership, a members-only post that gives you that link. And we're tending to fly once a month together. Yes, Sim Taylor. John Blue doing okay too. I hope so. I hope John is doing very, very well. And looking forward to his Christmas, which is dropping very soon. So that's basically everything that we have for this week. Thank you all very, very much indeed. I've been Deepak. Every Saturday at about 6:30 p.m. UK time, I drop a new tutorial video. Currently doing a series on the F4. We'll probably be doing that for quite some time because there's a lot to cover. We'll dive further into the radar next week. And that's always followed by the DCS news, which just happens to be this thing, what you're watching right now. Thank you all very much indeed for watching. Fly safe, and I'll see you next time. Ta-ta.